Siang, Pak Safiun. Hello, Mr. Hiroshi Yokota.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. Nice to meeting you. I'm Claudinia from Vita Promo.
Oh, you are the daughter of Mr. A. Safiun?
No, but we are close colleague.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
Oh, nah, sebenarnya dibalik.
Hai, selamat siang Pak Safiun, Bu Claudi.
Siang, Pak
Selamat
Safiun.
siang.
Pak Iwan, ya.
Good afternoon, Yokota-san.
Oh, thank you. Me too, me too.
Wah, ini Pak.
Nice to meet you too. Thank
Okay,
you
thank you.
for providing the time to come to the event.
Oh, how about your wife?
Hey, Hiroshi, Yokota ya. How
Okay.
are you? Bu,
Oh, fine.
Bu, ada Yokochi.
How about your wife?
Fine, fine. Yokochi.
Grandma.
Oh, that's my wife.
Oh, I can see. Oh,
Oh.
too young.
Okay.
Third wife ka.
Well, sebelahnya siapa? Mister. Oh, Iwan. Ini sebelahnya Iwan.
Yeah.
This is a special menu.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Congratulations. Eh?
So we can talk before we begin.
Oh, Yang san.
Oh, saya sebelahnya Yuyang itu, Yuyang.
Oh, hello.
Yuyang.
Yang and
Udah Yuyang.
just a minute. I will have jacket.
Yokota.
Oh.
Yokota sebelah Iwan, si Claudi. Yokota.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Oh, fine.
In Japan, how the pandemic?
Oh,
COVID-19. The same?
A little serious. About 300 people per day in Tokyo.
Oh, how many? 3 people, like not so much, yeah.
300.
Oh, 300. Both di Tokyo 300.
How about Jakarta?
Yes, Jakarta is also the same. More than 300,000.
Just same, eh?
Yeah. Gimana Bu Claudi? Halo, tadi kok yang kelihatan kemana lagi dia?
Iya, Pak Safiun sudah standby sih, ada Miss Yang.
Oh,
Kita masih tunggu
ada
yang
semua
lainnya.
ya. Jadi gini Bu, kita bahasa Indonesia aja ya. Sama Pak Iwan tuh supaya tahu. Jadi yang sebetulnya RCEP itu
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine, Mr. Yokota. How are you doing?
Oh, good.
Are you at home?
Yes.
Good for you.
A little black ね。
哎，张会长，
哎，尤洋，
哎，
哦，看到你了，
张会长，我对这
哎，
儿
哈哈，
对有点远啊。Mr.
撒菲
Zhang
有，哈哈，
from it's not at the
这个
对，现在
Jauh-jauh sini.
Oh, guys, good afternoon.
张会长，恒田向您问好。
哦，Thank you，
Oh, I can.
Yeah. Hello, welcome, Mr. Chang Lipo.
Ya,
Thank
Sangli
you.
po
No, no, Mr. Gao.
Hi, Mr. Chang Lipo.
Thank you，哎，
Mr. Gawe.
Gao,
Yes.
Gao.
Oh, here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Yokota.
Oh,
It's very
good
happy
afternoon, Gao-san.
Foundry Association meeting, and we are often meet in SOTC 306.
A little confused.
张会长，你能看见我们的协会的会旗和
能看到，能看到，能看到，挺好，哈哈，挺好。我
Hi,
这现在
Mr. Paradesh.
啊？您说？
我说他这讲话，我刚下飞机，直接到他这个西电的会议室来了。酒店我音响不好啊，信号不好。
你好。
Mr. Zhang Lipo on his business trip, he go to Xi'an and just loading in Xi'an and go to our members meeting room and participate online meeting.
인도네시아 자카르타?
Mr. Zhang is at Xi'an.
Oh, Xi'an.
Xi'an. Okay.
Please travel safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Paradesh, my very good friend from Thailand. And welcome, Mr. Vijay. Thank you for making the time for the event.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yes, thank you. And welcome also, Mr. Subodh.
Okay. Subo will participate.
Welcome also, Dr. Sang Mok Yi. Thank you for joining us.
这个是在韩国的，对，第三台第二个。
So, hello everybody, do you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, Dr. Yi.
Yes, I'm very happy to contact you.
Very happy online meet you, Dr. Yi.
Yeah, thank you very much for your welcoming.
Yes.
It's a long time, really.
Oh, welcome also, Mr. Mung Jargal.
Good afternoon, Pan Chao. Nice to meet you. Mohan. Good afternoon, Mr. Mohan.
Hello. 이거 두고. Hello. Moi c'est cool.
เลขโคเรียอีกแล้วผมได้อีกแล้ว อันนั้นผ่าน
Good afternoon, Sawada-san. Nice to meet you.
Hello, this is Sawada speaking.
I'm good.
So, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. I have a little bit of unfortunate news because due to urgent meeting and agendas of our government, Mr. Luhut Binsar Panjaitan, our coordinating minister of the Maritime and Investment Affairs, and Mr. Muhammad Lutfi, our trade minister, unfortunately will not be able to make it today. So I think without their speeches, this is still a very good event, and I think this is the first time that all members of the Asia Foundry Association is together in one place, and we can discuss a lot of things. And I think it will be a very interesting forum discussion where we can each ask each other questions, yeah, regarding conditions, the future business, and how we are going to operate in the future to make everyone more prosper and we have mutual growth among all the foundry industry. Because I think we all know this COVID pandemic, nobody can escape, and especially the foundry industry is very affected by it. So today I hope we will have a lot of interesting discussion regarding these matters. Thank you.
Oh dear. Claudinia. Claudia.
목표가 어떻게 뭐? 아, 이렇게 아까 어떻게 Ognuno va a questo momento.我在开国际会议，回到网络。
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is our pleasure to welcome and thank everyone for joining Asia Foundry Association virtual gathering today. This virtual gathering is one of a series of activities from International Metal Technology and Fabrication Technology Indonesia online preview show, which held from 24 until 25 March 2021. You may access our website www.imt-indonesia.com. We would like to extend special welcome and thank you to Honorables Bapak Ahmad Safiun, President of Aprindo and member of Presidium AFA, Mr. Chang Lipo, President of Asia Foundry Association and China Foundry Association, and all the chairperson of Asia Foundry Association. We are so excited to have you all here to participate in the forum. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start by singing the Indonesian National Anthem Indonesia Raya. Bapak, Ibu, dan tamu undangan yang kami hormati, sebelum memulai acara, kita akan menyanyikan terlebih dahulu lagu kebangsaan Indonesia Raya. Mari bersama-sama menyanyikan lagu Indonesia Raya dengan sikap hormat. Indonesia Raya dipersilahkan. Terima kasih. Next will be the opening remarks from Bapak Ahmad Safiun, President of Aprindo. Before we continue to the opening remarks, I would like to introduce our moderator, Bapak Iwan Lukito, Director of PT Trieka IMEX and member of Aprindo. Pak Iwan, the time is yours.
Thank you, Mrs. Claudinia, and welcome everyone. Before we begin, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Iwan Lukito, and I'm from Aprindo, the Indonesian Foundry Association, and I will be the moderator for our event today on the 24th of March 2021, hosted by PT Pelita Promo Internusa, Aprindo, in the conjunction with Asia Foundry Association in the context of the IMT and FTI 2021 online show. Now, our topic for today will be the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership and Investment Opportunities in Indonesia, otherwise known as the RCEP. This RCEP forms a new massive economic bloc consisting of 10 Asian countries and also including China, Japan, South Korea, Australia, and New Zealand, making up a new market of 2.2 billion people and a combined gross domestic product of all the countries to a massive amount of 26 trillion US dollar market. The current ongoing COVID-19 pandemic raises issues and challenges that we hope can be answered by this RCEP partnership. It is our agenda today to discuss the many opportunities and challenges that is unique to each foundry in every member countries in the RCEP partnership. Without further ado, please allow me to welcome the chairman of Aplindo, Mr. Ahmad Safiun, to deliver his opening remarks. Mr. Safiun.
Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Safiun, the president of Aplindo, the member of Presidium Asia Foundry Association and host of the International Metal Technology, the only metal show exhibition in Indonesia. I would like to welcome the honorable ones, Mr. Zhang Libo, president of Asia Foundry Association, AFA, China Foundry Association, CFA, chairman of Belt Road Industrial and Commercial Alliance Foundry Working Committee. The second, Mr. Gao Wei, Secretary General of Asia Foundry Association. Mr. Datuk David Tok Guan Seng, President of Federation of Malaysian Foundry and Engineering Industries Association. Mr. Vijay Beriwal, Honorable President of the Institute of Indian Foundrymen. Mr. Soji Sawada, Vice Chairman of Japan Foundry Society, and Mr. Hiroshi Yokoda. Mr. Liu is not here yet. Mr. Liu. Mr. Mungjakar Jadev, President of Mongolian Metallurgical Association. Mr. Peradich Tongkit Paisan from Thai Foundry Association. Mr. Sang Mok Lee, Vice President of Korean Foundry Association. Mr. Norman Chan, Senior Vice Chairman of Hong Kong Foundry Association. Our regret, both Minister of Republic of Indonesia cannot attend the meeting due to their other ties. Welcome to Asia Foundry Association virtual gathering and the first International Metal Technology and Fabrication of Technology in online review on March 24 and 25, year 2021. The Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, RCEP, consisting of 10 Southeast Asian countries that formatted the trade bloc, as well as several other countries, including South Korea, China, Japan, Australia, and New Zealand, signed on 15 November year 2020. In this opportunity, I would like to stress on the objective of AFA in helping members exploring new market, technology, legal and social benefit from countries less impacted by pandemic. Our virtual gathering of AFA share members with the Asian government is response to the RCEP and the investment opportunities in Indonesia. Aplindo, together with IMT Indonesia, have become part of Asia Foundry Association and get full support to open the Indonesian metal industry market to international trade and metal industry competition. IMT and FDI Indonesia as an international quality exhibition is expected to become the leading platform to attract more international investment to its domestic metal industry is bring the latest technology to spur Indonesia metal network in the future. There will be introduction from all chair members of AFA and forum discussion among the chair members of AFA with the coordinating business maritime. We congratulate all IMT and FTI exhibitor and welcome all visitors to visit IMT and FTI online preview year 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Safiun, for your opening remarks. I would like now to welcome Mr. Chang Li-po, the President of Asia Foundry Association and China Foundry Association, and also Mr. Cao Wei, the Secretary General of the Asia Foundry Association, and also Ms. Yang Yo from Asia Foundry Association. Mr. Chang, you have the floor.
张会长，您可以致辞了。张会长，您把那个，好，可以了。
尊敬的印度尼西亚共和国各位部长先生，亚洲铸造业联合会各位主席团代表，女士们、先生们，大家下午好。
Dear ministers and representatives of the Presidium of the Asia Foundry Association, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
亚洲铸造业联合会自2019年成立以来，中国铸造协会作为联合会秘书处所在地，坚定不移地逆境下求发展，履行联合会责任，推动创新举措。我们不仅在2020年8月成功举办了第18届上海国际铸造展览会，还组建了 AFA 中国铸造协会理事会，并召开了1次理事会工作会议。接下来，我们还计划于2021年9月份在中国辽宁沈阳召开亚洲铸造业发展与合作峰会，即第2届亚洲铸造业联合会的年会。
Since the establishment of the Asia Foundry Association in 2019, China Foundry Association as the Secretariat has unswervingly sought development in adversity, fulfilled the responsibilities of AFA, and promoted innovative measures. We not only successfully held the 18th Shanghai International Foundry Expo in August 2020, but also established the AFA China Foundry Association Council and held a council working meeting first. Next, we also will plan to hold the Asia Foundry Industry Development and Cooperation Summit and the 2nd annual conference of the AFA in Shenyang, Liaoning province of China in September 2021.
今天借助印度尼西亚 IMT 展会的平台，与诸位相聚，共同见证印尼国际金属铸造展览会的启动，这充分说明疫情无法阻挡我们前进的脚步，反而助推了新技术的快速应用，产生了新的工作方式、学习方式、交流合作方式。
Today, we gathered here to witness the start of the Indonesian IMT exhibition. This shows that the pandemic cannot stop us from moving forward. Instead, it has boosted the rapid application of new technologies and given rise of new ways of working, learning, and cooperation.
中国铸件产量自2000年超过美国，成为世界第1以来，已连续20年稳居世界各国首位。2011年起，由高速增长转为中低速增长。2019年，中国铸件总产量达到了4875万吨， 约占全球铸件总产量的45%，且整体持续呈增长态势。在这种新的低速增长常态下，随着中国倡导“一带一路”和实施“中国制造2025”强国的战略，给基础的铸造行业带来了新的机遇。铸造行业结构加速调整，产业布局将进一步优化，工业化和信息化的融合，加速推进信息化技术与传统铸造行业深度融合，加速了铸造行业转型升级。同时，通过环保、安全考核等手段，加快推进铸造行业落后产能的淘汰。
Since China's casting output surpassed the US in 2000, to become the world's first, it has ranked first in the world for 20 consecutive years. Since 2011, it has transformed from high-speed growth to medium-low-speed growth. In 2019, China's total casting output reached 48.75 million tons, accounting for about 45% of the world's total casting and overall continued growth trend. At this new low speed and normal growth conditions, with China's in-depth implementation of the One Belt, One Road and the Made in China 2025 strategy, it has brought new opportunities to foundry industry. The structure adjustment of the foundry industry will be accelerate and the industrial layout will be further optimized. The integration of industrialization and the informatization has accelerated the in-depth integration of informatization technology and traditional foundry industry, and accelerate the transformation and upgrading of the foundry industry. At the same time, we will accelerate the elimination of backward production capacity through environmental protection and safety assessment.
新冠肺炎疫情是全人类面临的一场危机，深刻影响和改变着世界。百年未有之疫情与百年未有之大变局的叠加，对国际合作大环境将产生深刻影响。如何准确认识这些影响，从眼前的危机困难中捕捉和创造机遇，适应新形势，借用新技术，采取新路径，科学应变，主动求变，顺势而为，实现危中求机，是全球疫情下国际合作的重要议题。这其中搭建国际合作新平台，不失为一种有意义的探索。
The pandemic is a crisis facing all mankind, profound affecting and changing the world. The combination of a pandemic and a major change that hasn't occurred in a century and will have a profound impact on the overall environment of international cooperation. How to accurately understand these impacts, seize and create opportunities from the current crisis and difficulties, adapt to the new situation, learn from new technologies, adopt new approaches, respond scientifically, actively seek change, take the initiative, and seek opportunities in the face of the global epidemic and important topics of international cooperation. Among them, building new platforms for international cooperation is a meaningful exploration.
从亚洲铸造业联合会到 IMT 展会到 RECPT 的签署，这些平台将有力提振我们对经济增长的信心，显著提升东亚区域经济化、一体化水平，特别是促进区域产业链、供应链和价值链的融合。
From AFA to the IMT to the signing of the RCEP, these platforms will boost our confidence in economic growth and significantly improve the level of economic integration in East Asia, especially the integration of the regional industrial chains and supply and value chains.
女士们、先生们，后疫情时代，让我们顺势而为， 积极进取，开展国际交流合作的新篇章。最后，衷心预祝 IMT 展会取得圆满成功，祝各位生活愉快，身体健康。谢谢大家。
Ladies and gentlemen, in the post-pandemic era, let us take advantage of the trend, forge ahead, and launch a new chapter in international cooperation. At last, I would like to wish the IMT exhibition a complete success. Wish you all a happy life and good health. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chang. And next, Mr. Cao Wei from AFA.
Yes, it's happy to meet everybody in online meeting. It's our very important time. Our group member Abindo and Asia Foundry Association, they are hold exhibition in October, and for this event, our family Asia Foundry Association members, we are meet together and exchange the industry information and to discuss how to develop our foundry industry in the future. It's a very good plate for Asia Foundry Association. For the state range of Asia Foundry Association, China Foundry Association want to work try our best to help all the members to develop the foundry industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cao. So as announced previously by Mr. Safiun, unfortunately, our keynote speakers today, Mr. Luhut Binsar Panjaitan, the coordinating Ministry of Maritime and Investment Affairs, and also Mr. Muhammad Lutfi, our Trade Minister of Indonesia, unfortunately, due to their urgent agendas, they could not come today to this meeting. But I think this is a wonderful gathering where the foundry associations are here today in one platform, and I feel this will be a very interesting discussion where we can share the current business climate, investing opportunities, and future plans for growth for the foundry business in our region. And next, I would like to introduce all members of the Asia Foundry Association, each country's delegates. I will be welcoming everybody one by one, and with each introducing and giving us an insight of the industry in their respective countries. And the first, I would like to provide the time to Dato' David Toh Kwan Seng, the President of Federation of Malaysian Foundry and Engineering Industries Associations. Dato' David.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Toh Kwan Seng. I'm from Phnom Malaysia. Okay, first of all, I would like to thank you, Mr. Safiun, President of Indonesia Foundry Industry Association. And I would like to introduce President of Malaysia Foundry and Engineering Industry Association, short form we call Foundry, is the national representative body for the foundry and engineering related trade and industry in Malaysia. It was established on 7 January 1977, and the members are currently comprised 11 state associations. Total number of company of state association Association has well exceeded 2,000 throughout Malaysia. Our objective to provide business interaction, cooperation, and development in the foundry and engineering industry. To maintain close relationship with the Foundry Engineering Association in Malaysia, promoting the solidarity, cooperation, and the interaction with them. To protect the overall interest of the industry. To protect and safeguard the legitimate right in the interest of the industry and to provide consolidation when necessary. To provide platform for business interaction and trading and supply information pertaining to foundry and engineering industry, and to assist its science, technology, and skill development. That's all I would like to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. David, for your remarks. And next, I would like to introduce our colleagues from the Institute of Indian Foundrymen, Mr. Vijay S. Beriwal, the current president, Mr. Subodh Panchal, the past president, and Mr. Amis Panchal, all from the Institute of Indian Foundrymen. Mr. Vijay, if you please.
Yeah. Good afternoon, friends from Indonesia and the other Asian countries. At the outset, I would like to thank IMT Indonesia, AFA, CFA, the Coordinating Ministry for Maritime and Investment Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, and the Ministry of Trade of Republic of Indonesia, along with other Indonesian government bodies, for organizing this online discussion forum on RCEP and the investment opportunities in Indonesia. It is an August gathering, and I feel honored to be invited. India and Indonesia have established diplomatic relationships in 1951, both countries being neighbors, as India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands share a maritime border with Indonesian Andaman Sea. The Indian and Indonesian relationship stretches back for almost 2 millennia. India regards Indonesia as a key partner of ASEAN. Indian and Indonesia are among the largest democracies in the world. Both are member states of G20, E7, the NAM, and the United Nations. Indonesia has emerged as the second largest trading partner of India in the ASEAN region. Bilateral trade has increased from US $4.3 billion in 2005-06 to US $21 billion in 2018-19. India is the second largest buyer of coal and crude palm oil from Indonesia, and we further import refined petroleum products. With globalization as a key driver, the two countries have reconfigured their relationships, particularly in the economic and defense spheres. Foundry industry is the mother of manufacturing and engineering sector. As president of Institute of Indian Foundrymen, the IIF, the National Association of the Metal Casting Industry in India, I warmly welcome my Indonesian friends to set up joint ventures and partnerships with the Indian foundries and foundrymen, which would work in mutual benefit in terms of investment and growth. Our institute represents foundries, equipment manufacturers, foundry chemical suppliers, technology providers, and consultants. We are a member of the World Foundry Organization, WFO, Asian Foundry Forum, and BRICS Foundry Forum. India is the second largest producer of castings in the world. Indian foundry industry manufactures metal cast component for application in automobiles, tractors, railways, machine tools, sanitaries, pipe fitting, defense, aerospace, earth moving, textile, cement, electrical, and many more. Indian foundry industry has a turnover of approximately $19 billion, with export worth $3.1 billion. Friends, before I close, I would like to give a very brief introduction about myself for your understanding. Presently 56 years old, I am fourth generation industrialist with nearly 3 decades of experience in the Indian foundry industry. I am founder and chairman of Vidit Group of Industries with vertical in ferrous foundry, fabrication, engineering products, railway equipments, construction, and electrical road safety. Apart from being president of IIF, I am chairman of Foundry Cluster Development Association, member of Engineering Export Promotion Council, and few more industrial bodies. And I am trying to contribute to the growth and expansion of the industrial segments represented by those bodies. I would like to conclude by exhorting foundries and foundry associations in Indonesia to work in close coordination with Indian counterparts in order to foster growth and development of both nations. And I also request foundry bodies in Indonesia to inform the Indian foundries about investment opportunities available in Indonesia through IIF. India and IIF is ready to offer the hand of friendship to carry our wonderful relationships forward. Thank you. Stay safe. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mr. Vijay. A wonderful insight and information. Next, I would welcome from our friends from Japan Foundry Society, Vice Chairman Mr. Shoji Sawada and Mr. Hiroshi Yokota. If you please.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Shoji Sawada, Vice Chairman of Japan Foundry Society. At first, I'm sorry for my poor English speaking ability. And I'm an advisor to Aishin Takaoka Co. Limited. My specialty during my active career in Foundry was production engineering of cast iron. I have been in charge of the international subcommittee at Japan Foundry Society since 2020. Last year, due to COVID-19, we were unable to engage in exchange activities, such as domestic and international conference and events. It seems that there were events held on the web like this forum, but it's a pity that we couldn't meet and interact with each other in person. We hope that COVID-19 will come down this year and there will be no restrictions on movement, so that we can have face-to-face international exchanges with peace of mind. That's all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Mr. Sawada. Good afternoon, Mr. Safium and AFA members. This is Yokota. First of all, congratulations, IMT, FIT, and AFA Jakarta. Second, today, I'm sorry, I have to say goodbye to all AFA members. Please allow me to have a few minutes. Now, I believe we have been having a frank exchange of AFA. Personally, my JFS term will be full in this month from my life planning. Mr. Hiroshi Nishizawa will be the successor from April, and I will be to the position of supporting him. We will greet you by email after. I hope that Asia is a market that complies with international rules to be clean area, and AFA is a good opportunity for international exchange at the reasonable cost. I'd like to thank you for your cooperation in Mr. Sawada and Mr. Nishizawa more than me. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Sawada-san and Mr. Yokota. Mr. Yokota, we sincerely wish all the best and success in your future endeavors. Next, I would like to welcome Mr. Mike Lu from the Vietnam Foundry Metallurgy Science Technology Association. Mr. Lu?
Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. So my name is Michael, the Director of International Cooperation of Vietnam Foundry Metallurgy Science Technology Association. So we are very respected about the AFA, whether all the connection with every country in Asia. So in Southeast Asia, we always very consideration about the relationship with Indonesia and Malaysia and Thailand. So we hope we have the good cooperation to help each other to developing for foundry industry in Asia. So I would like to thank you very much for the big brother for China, where they are leading the AFA. So I hope to see you soon after coronavirus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mike. I think it's generally speaking, all of us feel the same way as you do. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Mohjargal Sedef, the President of the Mongolian Metallurgical Association. Mr. Sedef?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The Mongolia Metallurgical Association wish every success in this event, comprehensive regional economic partnership and investment opportunity in Indonesia. This event attracts exclusive remarks in Mongolia by my opinion also in Asia, because it is attended by Mr. Zhang Libo, President of the Asian Foundry Association. We are pleased to tell here that we have posted and promoted about this event in our social networks. We expect and hope that in future there will be cooperation and joint work between our countries in foundry field. We are happy to meet our friends again on this line and see them after a long time this pandemic. Many thanks for the virtual gathering to Mr. Ahmad Safun, member of the Presidium of the Asian Foundry Association and President of the Indonesian Foundry Industry Association. I wish all the best to everyone in this virtual gathering and to all the Presidium members of the Asian Foundry Association. Thank you for your attention. Success.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sedef, for your remarks. Now, I would like next to introduce Mr. Pradesh Rongkit Paisan from the Thai Foundry Association, who happens also a very good friend of mine. Mr. Paradesh, please.
Hello, you hear me? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Yes. Good afternoon, Mr. San. Libo, the president of AFA. Mr. Safa, the president of the Indonesia, and all the president of the AFA Association. I'm glad to have some speech on today. My name is Priyadet Tongkit Paisan, the president of Thai Foundry Association. I am to take this part just only 1 year. So we in Thai Foundry Association, we all had the member of around 100 and over 160 members. They are also the big and small. So at this opportunity for the COVID-19, so we stay at our country. So we try to gathering all the SME enterprise to get more relationship each others. And now on, after COVID, I hope that another next year, we are make sure and try to move out our country to visit all of you and to build our relationship together. And we hope that one day we can sit down and talk face to face, open our heart to heart. And I believe that this thing we start to know and can to go far together. And that to be succession in our business forever. That's my point of view. So at the last, I have to say, and thank you so much for inviting me to join this seminar. Thank
you, Mr. Paradesh. I think it's wonderful. In the topic of friendship, I think that is what we are trying to foster very much between all our countries and our Foundry Association. Yeah. Okay. Next, I would like to welcome the president of Korea Foundry Society, Dr. Sang Mok Yi. Dr. Yi, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator, Iwan Lukito. Every respective delegates of AFA, I am Sang Mok Lee, Vice President of Korea Foundry Society, currently working at KaiTech, Korea Institute of Industrial Technology, and also the chairman of WFC, World Foundry Congress 2022, which will be held in Busan, Korea, October next year. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you on opening both the IMT Indonesia and FTI today, despite the COVID-19 pandemic. I also deliver my sincere gratitude for opening up the virtual gathering of Asia Foundry Association with the title of Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, RCEP, and Investment Opportunities in Indonesia. Special congratulatory comments should go for the distinguished invited speakers, including Mr. Sapyun, President of Aplindo, and Mr. Zhang Libo, President of both AFA and China Foundry Association, CFA. Also, I'd like to share friendly greetings with all the representative delegates from many Asian countries, not only Indonesia, but China, Malaysia, India, Japan, Vietnam, Mongol, Thailand, Hong Kong, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Korea, 12 countries. Last but not in the least, Nina Talik and Claudinia and Ivan Lukito. Korean Foundry has been affected badly by the COVID-19, resulting in approximately 30% reduction of shipment, and we're afraid that we still have to go a long way to overcome these difficulties. However, 1,700 companies which are classified into foundry sector, small or large, will do their best for wise survival. And I do believe we will overcome these difficult times. Perhaps I totally agree to the spirit of RCEP, especially among Asian countries, and we would take lots of benefits if we work together. Let's hold the line and stay together. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. It's very wonderful that second time is mentioned again about cooperation and friendship. And I think in this meeting, we are all friends here, and it will serve us to strengthen more for the cooperation in the future. Now, the last but not least, I would like to introduce Mr. Norman Chan, Senior Vice Chairman of the Hong Kong Foundry Association. Mr. Chen?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Safran, President of the Indonesia Foundry Association. Mr. Zhang Libo, President of the AFA and also CFA, and all fellows Foundry friends. My name is Norman. I'm the Senior Vice Chairman of the Hong Kong Foundry Association. And probably you know Hong Kong. Hong Kong is such a small place. Actually, we have also a very different development in our foundry business. In Hong Kong, most of our foundry business come to die casting, I think precision die casting, which is the, and our peoples, our members who has the operations in mostly in mainland China and also in other Asian countries as well. And thank you for letting Hong Kong to join the AFA as a founding member. And it is our great pleasure, and we hope that we will be able to meet more friends and meet more our counterparts to join me, try to promote the foundry industry, foundry exchange among all of our members in the region. So probably I want to introduce a little bit to you about our association. Our association, we are founded in Hong Kong in 1985. We have about 36, it's not very long history, but still okay, 30 some years of history. And the Hong Kong Foundry Association is the only leading foundry association in Hong Kong with a renowned reputation locally and internationally. And we have over 500 members. Of course, most of the members, they have the operation. I mean, the real foundry operation will be basically in mainland China or in other area in the world, such as in the Asia. But come on, Hong Kong is such a small places. And what we are doing so far, we do, of course, we have members from raw material, casting, die casting, trading, service treatment, environmental equipment, all production equipment. So this is the composition of our members. And most of our members they're producing wide range of products such as consumer goods, 3Cs, toys, automotive, aircraft, to all global markets or global customers. So in view of the sustainability of our industry, we put a lot of effort in the education and training. We want to attract more people, I mean, more young guys to join our industry. So for instance, our association partnered with so-called the Ling Lam Institute of Technology for years to operate Ling Lam Hong Kong Foundry Academy. So we try to tailor-make some programs, try to make our program funny, interesting, try to attract more young people to join the industry. Without new guys, without the newcomer, I think the industry will not be able to sustain. So I think this is a very important move. And also every years, we've been working together with CFA and also the Taiwan Casting Industry Association to host, we call the Both Sides Across the Strait and Hong Kong Foundry Cooperation Forum. So we try to promote all the cooperation in the Greater China region as well. And starting from 2011, we've been holding an annual exhibition in with the so-called the International Shenzhen Metal Casting Show. Shenzhen is one of the cities in China. So every year we've been attracting a lot of people, no matter is a supplier, buyer, or all the stakeholder, they come to join the exhibition and try to meet other people. So if you have chance, of course, we would like to invite you guys to come over and then we'll be able to partner with. And it is, again, this is our great pleasure as Hong Kong, we have the part of China, but it's a great pleasure to be included as founding members of the AFA. And we like to take this opportunity, try to make more friends in Asia to explore our cooperation opportunity and in a strategical point of view. And Hong Kong, of course, we are small, but we are aiming to become a kind of what we call the super connector, try to bridge up all different foundry operation in all aspects between mainland China and the rest of the world. So thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. This is all about my speech.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chen. Wonderful insight. And I think you brought up a very valid point regarding our industry. And I feel like this is something that we could discuss on because as we know, the foundry business, the casting business is a very difficult and complex industry to manage. It's not just basic engineering for its production. And I agree with you. I think one common problem that we share across all our members in our countries, yeah, it's that, yes, like you said, the young guys. It is
coming.
Yeah. in my personal experience too, it's proving a little bit more and more difficult over the years to find young engineers to work in such a tough industry. And I think it would be a good one good topic to discuss in our forum discussion. Before we move on, I would like to introduce our special guests coming from halfway around the world, from Spain. And I have, the first one is Miss Marina Giaco Pinelli, the Managing Director of Fundigex, the Association of Casting and Foundry Suppliers from Spain. If you would, Miss Giaco Pinelli.
So good morning, everyone from Spain. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for having me and Fundigex as listeners to this very interesting conference that you have set up. I honestly did not know that I was able to give you some words from here. I was invited as a mere listener, so this is an honor for me. I think that the foundry industry is a very essential industry, but we are not recognized as such in forums and by administrations many times. I think that around the world we have the same challenges. We have a great challenge in trying to find professionals for our industries. That happens in Europe too. And we have a great challenge when it comes to environment. There are more and more restrictions that we have to overcome. And I think that by cooperating not only in our continents, but overseas, we can always find solutions. We are present in many international exhibitions representing the Spanish casting industry, but also I will reach out to come and visit us in these exhibitions, because we can always find different ways to cooperate. I have cooperated with many industries, or many associations of yours during these past years, and I'm very open to speak to you and that we can help each other in any ways. So thank you very, very much, and I wish you a successful meeting and a successful inter-Asian cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Marina, for providing the time. I think it's very early in Spain, and like you said, and previously before, we always welcome new friends to our friendship. Now, next, I would also like to introduce from the FIDE group of Foundry. They're a Foundry company in Spain. And we have the CEO, Mr. Thomas Dasgoas, and Mr. Roman Feklici, the license office of Spain. Mr. Roman, if you please.
Hello everybody. Good morning. We would like to thank you very much for the opportunity to attend this conference. We are very honored to be part of this. It seems very interesting, and we would like to thank you again for this opportunity, and we would like to wish you a great exhibition and conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Feklici. Now I would like to continue on to our next event, which I myself has been waiting for, which is our forum discussion. This forum is an open format, so it is okay for anyone to ask anyone regarding business, regarding problems, regarding future insights for the Foundry business in our region. And I would welcome anyone who is ready to have their opinions and questions. So we can start.
The question.
Yes, Mr. Sufyan.
Yeah, I would like to stress the objective of AFA in helping members exploring new markets, technology, legal, and social benefits. It's already stated in our.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Safyun, for your question. I think this question.
How to realize.
Yes, I think it should be directed first and foremost to our fearless leader, Mr. Chang Libo, the president of the AFA. Mr. Chang, it would be a pleasure to listen to your insight about the planning of how to strengthen our relationship between members of the AFA. And also I noted from your remarks at the beginning that there would be an AFA Development Summit to be hosted in September of 2021. If you don't mind, would you like to please provide some comments? Thank you.
Mr. Gao, maybe?
Yes, also to Mr. Gao.
It's very happy to opportunity to shortly introduce our annual meeting, second Asia Foundry Association meeting. We want to host in Shenyang, Liaoning province in September 1st. Why we host this meeting in Shenyang? Because there is a very important meeting. It's a manufacturer expo. It's hosted by Chinese government, and it's a whole manufacturing industry. Because our foundry industry is provide parts to all industry like car industry and engineering and mining. So we hope we can looking for some opportunity to with our buyers, with our customers, and we also can looking for some our material resource and also some foundry equipment, because we want to make a foundry industry chain. Why we hope we provide this opportunity to all Asia Foundry Association members to find the opportunity in China. That's all. Thank you. And we will provide agenda and also provide a plan for these meetings to all our members recently. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gao. I think we look forward to that. I think in my experience as a foundryman too, it is always very interesting to see your neighbors' foundries, and it's always a new learning experience when you don't just see your own foundry, and I think we can share a lot if we meet together in person. Before we move on, I also have a little bit of question that I would like to ask everyone, and it's also for the region. I think it's a common problem, and it's good that we have our friends from Spain too, which is from Europe. They have their own perspectives too, I think. This is a common recurring problem, and it's actually very general, not just to the foundry industry. And the problem I'm talking about is about shipping and transportation. I think during this pandemic, it's a brand new challenge that we face. And simply speaking, the challenge is that the cost for transporting and shipping goods, especially for foundries, we ship our castings and we buy our raw materials. And especially for me coming from Indonesia, we have a big problem where ships are delayed for 2 or 3 months, and we can't get our resources in time, and shipping costs too, whether we are importing or exporting around this region, and further is increased by almost, I would say, 3 times or 4 times fold. And I would like to hear opinions and experiences from the other members. Maybe Mr. Paradesh, you have an input?
Yeah, okay. Thank you for inviting me. Regarding about the logistic, right? In Thailand, so we are so quite the same problem with you about now we can the sea freight also increasing, and so we can't get the container to ship out also. That is the thing. Is all over the world is same problems also, right? And other thing that I want to talk to you regarding about not only for the freight charging for logistics, and regarding about the this year the price of the steel Now, going up. I don't know what's going on. I want to share you how we get done it down.
Okay, so besides the transport costing, it's also the same, yeah, and facing rising raw material costs.
Yes.
Okay. Miss Marina, it's good to have an input from a different region in Europe. Are you facing the same problems, and how is the EU region is handling this matter if it's the same to us?
Okay, so perhaps we have a say here in Spain that says that I don't know if I can translate it into English, something like that costed parts travel badly. So, which means that the costed parts, the transportation costs for them is a great deal when put prices on them. So around 85% of our costed parts, they go, or they are exported into Europe, which implies that the freight costs are normally by truck or by lorry. So of course we have an incident of the freight, but not as much as if you sell overseas, of course. But we have had quite a lot of problems, especially in the automotive sector, that we can't get the parts in time from Asia, for example, which perhaps it's bad to say, but for our foundries, it has been positive, because many customers have returned to buy from them because of this problem, not on the price of the logistics, but that the parts, they don't arrive in time. There is a supplier problem. We haven't identified where it is, but I think it's something worldwide. So whereas it's a problem for of course the suppliers, for overseas suppliers, for us it's an opportunity. It seems, you know, yes, as a paradox, it seems bad to say, but I think that as soon as this pandemic is under control, we might stay with some of these tendencies, that some of the customers return to closer and more local suppliers. But I think that in order to be competitive, the world order will, you know, be as before. That's a bit what I can say about this.
Thank you very much. It's a very interesting insight. I think that you're actually having problems, even though it's transport by land is also somewhat affected. Yeah, and I think that's interesting. And when you figure it out, I think we would welcome you to share what happened with us, so we can learn. Yeah.
Okay.
But as your insight, I would like to ask Mr. Lu too from Vietnam. I think it's no public secret that a lot of foundry supplies are also sourced, whether it's raw material or backup raw material. A lot of them are sourced from China, and they're a big player for foundry supplies right now. And I would like to ask, since Vietnam is pretty much connected to China by land, what kind of issues are you facing regarding the supply chain management side of the casting foundries?
So in the Vietnam, for supply chain of the raw material and also the additive for foundry is still okay by truck or by sea freight, but the pricing is increasing very much because of limited of empty container. Yeah, until now still we are okay, but many foundry is facing with big problem is the rising for price for raw material, but they cannot increasing for selling price. So they said they only to be survival for 2 months, or later on have to increasing. But customer said no, I difficult to increasing. That's problem. Yeah, when I traveling all the Vietnam and have meeting with our customer here. Yeah, that's big problem.
Yes, and
that's all.
thank you. And I think that brought up a very valid classic problem for, I think, all over the world, where costs are always increasing. It's a tough industry. Challenges always arise, but the selling price is never allowed to go up. Hopefully, it will be something that can be discussed for the RCEP, how we all as an industry can remain or even be more competitive regarding our costs, our technology, and so we can serve the market better. So I think, like as been said, casting is actually very basic. It's the basic of industry growth. It fuels all kinds of industries, food, chemical, textile, and everything. But we need to be more well managed, and I think we can have a lot to share in this RCEP partnership. Why I have been talking too long about this logistics problem, because I think the basic of cooperation and trade, and especially today is a very global meeting. We're meeting right now from all over the place. The basic is transport. I think we have to be able to move goods back and forth. If it becomes a rising issue and challenge, I think it's also one of the key things that RCEP and us as AFA members can tackle together.
Iwan.
Yeah. Yes.
Mr. Dadang Asikin will join us.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Okay.
I would like to introduce Mr. Dadang Asikin. Mr. Dadang Asikin is the member of is the chairman of GAMA, and GAMA is the Indonesian Association of
Machine.
Yes, it's machinery, basically manufacturing.
Yeah, the same as Mr. Zhang Libo also, yeah.
Yeah.
The same Zhang Libo also the machineries.
Mr. Dadang.
Mana Mr. Dadang?
Hi. Good afternoon, Mr. Dadang.
Okay. Hello.
Thank you very much for joining.
Okay, I just coming and so I glad to see you all. So I just want to listen to everybody here, or just want to maybe to somebody here. I introduce myself. I am Dadang as chairman of Federation Federation of Indonesian Metalwork and Machinery of Indonesia, which is Aplindo is also part of this federation also. Yeah, a lot of machinery and association here. We have 12 associations. I have one question, Pak Safiun, also maybe for another guys, because until now we also have some not problem, yeah, but still dispute or something. What you call with the government regulation in each country, yeah. So my question, how big your support from your country or from your government to develop the industrial of foundry? Maybe I want to hear from someone, maybe just for our feedback, Pak Safiun.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I think from the commercial one, we already all governments and CEP already connected. Yeah. But supporting our activity is not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe the pandemic. Yeah.
About another, I want to hear from another country, maybe Pak Iwan.
Pak Zhang Libo itu yang the same, almost the same as your activities, Mr. Zhang Libo.
I see. Okay. Mr. Zhang Li, nice to meet you. Okay.
Mr. Gao itu biasanya.
对，高威啊，高威喝着悠扬。
对，他这个人是印度尼西亚钢铁和制造业的会长，他想他想了解一下各国政府对铸造业的支持，包括我们中国铸造业未来的这个发展的情况，想请您来说一下啊，包括政府对的支持，包括铸造业的发展啊。
我那就简单说两句吧。啊，一个是政府呢对铸造业从现在开始高度重视，因为我们中国有41个大工业门类，铸造业是装备业的基础，所以政府比较支持的。
Okay, I just want to translate Mr. Zhang Libo. He said because the foundry industry is all the basement of our industry, and government support foundry industry development. But because we are tough industry, we are many dirty and dangerous and hot. So foundry industry should developed by the green foundry and safe energy, and pay more attention for the people's safe. So we are developed the foundry to sustainable development, and because our basement of the whole industry, so we the government give us some support. For China foundry industry, we make the 5 years plan every 5 years, and this year is the first year of the fourth 5 years plan, and we are make a plan for the fourth 5 years for Chinese foundry industry, and the very important we are to develop the foundry for green, safe energy and safe. This is our Chinese foundry industry development target. By the way, we also because Norman said it's very difficult to looking for a young engineer for our foundry industry. So we want to develop for the robots, automotive in foundry industry, and we also to looking for some new technology, for example, 3D print and other industry in our foundry industry. Yes.
Okay.
That's our answer. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Dadang, Mr. Kao. I think continuing to your Mr. Kao's last comment, I think this is something that was mentioned by Mr. Chan. regarding about, as he put it, Mr. Chan puts it as young guys for the industry. I think I always say that a race car is only as good as its driver. So we all know the story of Ferrari and Schumacher that is always dominating the Formula One until Schumacher stops and other teams start to win. So we know that it's very important to have young drivers, young Michael Schumachers in the Foundry business. Before we start discussing, maybe I would like to ask Dr. Sang Mok Lee first, since he is from KITEC, the Institute for Technology in Korea. Dr. Lee, do you have any ideas or any insights regarding how Korea is facing or tackling this challenge about the engineers that we need?
Yes, and a very typical problem that everybody understands that we are lacking of new employees and the younger generations. But if we really want younger generation, we must suggest the new market and better profitability. So our market at the moment is very confined to the very traditional vehicles like an internal combustion engines or machinery, shipbuilding or infrastructure or pipe or fittings. But those category of market cannot reach to the younger generation's mind because their market size and their profitability is very limited. The younger generations cannot come to this area of industrial sector. So that's why we have to think, firstly, how we can create a new market with profitability. At the moment, we have 5 barriers which actually hinders younger generations to come to this society. First one is the high energy consumption. The second one, the environmental protection issues. The third, the safety and best related and regulations. And the fourth, the working conditions and human rights. And the fifth, the low profitability. Those 5 category actually does not feel the younger generation's satisfaction. So that's why we have to suggest some new way, as Mr. Tang Libo suggested. We just thinking about 3 choices. Number 1, new profitable market. So, for example, the mobility goes to the electronic versions, and we have to follow which materials, which processes, and which application field is necessary for meet the demands. Secondly, business model, not for the mass customization, but for the mass customized production, because the foundry should move from the mass production size towards mass customization and mass customized production size. That means not the best product, but suitable product is important for customers. So that's why we must change our attitude towards the individual needs from the customer side. And thirdly, as you mentioned, the new technology, including AI, also big data technology, or VR, the virtual reality, or augmented reality, also some kinds of a new printing technology as well, it should be equipped for the next generation. So I know that the RCEP, that's Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, is important, but to achieve those goals, you must have some certain practical tools to achieve. For example, some educational program for Asian and younger generations, like this, Zoom meeting. Perhaps we can just provide a very fundamental and basic program which attracts younger generations for future towards. So That's about my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. That is very interesting, and I have a feedback that I would like to ask other members regarding this. I think the main points of Dr. Lee is we find that one is development of skill in the future. I think can be achieved through meetings like this, and where the education would be more global. And there's also the main a topic that we've been discussing, which is profitability for the casting industry. I think the main point, it's also one of the a very real and very factual driving force behind getting quality engineers and younger engineers to join the industry, to have an interest in this industry. And I would like to touch on that topic a little bit later, but I think I have a question too regarding still regarding these engineers. I would like to actually ask Mr. David. Mr. David, personal experience again. So I had European customers who does a lot of castings in the Southeast Asia region, and at one point they had an interesting comment. Particularly, they said that Malaysian engineers are like highly desirable at that point in time. Because highly educated, and also the language, they can speak Chinese, they can speak English, they can speak Malay. So after knowing that the past few years back, how are the young guys, quote unquote, right now in this current time for the Malaysian engineers?
Mr. Ivan, my side here, the line is not good, so I think you'll go ahead. Very sorry. Because the line here is not good, you know. So can you please go ahead, you know, with others? Okay. Sorry about it.
Okay, all right, no problem. I would like to ask next Mr. Beriwal from Indian Foundry Man Institute. Are you facing the same problems regarding education, young engineers?
I would like to say that there were these problems that the young generation is not coming to the foundry industry, being our foundry industry is, we can say, polluted industry, hot industry, little dirty industry. But in last 4 or 5 years, this perception is changing. Our government is holding regular seminars and soft intervention between the industrial bodies, association, and the foundries and the government organizations. More importantly, in India, there is a new concept which is developing, that the cluster of foundries. And in all those cluster of foundries, government is giving good subsidies to set up training centers, we can say common facility centers with the technological institutes. And I myself am heading one such institute in the eastern part of India in Kolkata. And we are seeing that young generations are coming, and nearly 200 boys and girls in each semester, that is semester of 6 months, they are coming for training in the foundry industry. And that is quite very much solving that the problem of a scarcity of skilled persons in the foundry industry. Moreover, this green energy and harmonics of energy, these are also been looked very nicely and very actively by the industry, foundry industry, with the government support. So I think this continuous skill development is quite encouraging to solve this problem of skilled manpower.
Thank you, Mr. Vijay. That is very interesting that it's being tackled through more green programs, yeah, in India, and it's actually, like Dr. E said, it entices the young people to join. I think another point from Dr. E also is about the high tech, and I think we can recognize that Japan is one of the countries that has been also very long known for their technology. I would like to ask Yokota-san and or Sawada-san, do you have any input regarding this raising the added valueness of the casting industry?
This is Yokota. I'm sorry, we just planning the plan. So I cannot comment in this now. Okay?
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay.
May I just talk a little bit about the Japanese technology regarding to the foundry? Because I'm just learning their skills and technology for about 20 years at a time. And they are very proud of the concept of manufacturing, so-called monozukuri. Monozukuri actually means the production of things. But actually monozukuri goes with two different terms. The one is hitozukuri. Hitozukuri is very related to the human education for factory. If we go to the factory, there are many the stages of people's skills, from the apprentices to the medium-sized level or top-level engineer. Then they have to understand each other's role. Then they have to share the role, and they have to understand each other's duty and their work level. And then they actually very recently they add so-called goto-degree concept that is very related to the business model, not only for the best product, but profitable and suitable product is very necessary for the specialized customers. So in my point of view, Japanese foundry is very strong based on their monozukuri, hitozukuri, and goto-degree. In other words, production, education, and business model. So we Koreans are very eager to understand their spirit and their basic technology and their concepts regarding to the foundry technology. So we invented a new terms of technology as root technology. The root technology is a kind of infra technology which does not confirm the very high profitability, but this is very basic line and very infrastructure of all foundry, and we should learn from the very basic to the top level of technology. So even though I'm not Japanese, and I've been learning their skills for more than 30 times, so I'm just still trying to improve better. Thank you.
Thank you. But non-profitable.
Yes, hopefully we can figure that out together as a big association. I think in the topic of technology, I would also like to mention that in spirit of the host of the show, which is the IMT show and FTI show, that is going to hopefully be successfully hosted in Indonesia in October, mid 13 to 15 October, if I'm not mistaken, 2021. I think it's it's a good platform for the AFA also to meet in this show. I think in the outside of China, in the Asian region, I think this is also one of the prominent show that has been recurring like every 2 years, I think. So I guess I would like to welcome extension to each country's delegates to invite their members, inform them about the show. It's very hopeful that we can at that time when it happens, we can have a private, not private maybe, a meeting where we can see face to face in the AFA show, in the IMT and FTI 2021. So, but I'm not exactly the host of that. Miss Claudinia is. So I guess Miss Claudinia, if you would be so kind, maybe you can arrange a meeting like this, but in physical during October, and that would be. I think that would be wonderful, and we can maybe have further discussions of whatever we've been talking about in this event right now. Next, I would like to ask anyone. I'm pretty much out of questions. I have questions, and I think it's been answered. We had a good discussion. So if any members wanna have a suggestion, comments, or input.
Dato David, maybe your opinion about the exhibition. Pak Dato.
IMT, FT, FTI.
I want to hear about this MIT and FTI from Dato David.
I think President, my line here is unstable, so I can't reply to you. Very sorry. The internet unstable. Very sorry.
Yeah, Mr. Dato David is having a little bit of internet problem, I think. So it's not very clear.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
But yes, I think it would be wonderful if we can meet together sooner than later. I think we will have better discussions over dinner than over the internet. I would sincerely hope that time would come soon, maybe in September in AFA event in China or in IMT FTI 2021 in Jakarta. And if we have no further questions for each other, no other topics of discussion, I would like to end the session for now.
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
But that Mr. Dadang Asikin, maybe discussion with Mr. Chang Libo.
Oh, okay. Mr. Dadang, if you have further questions, Mr. Chang, more than welcome.
Please. Pak Dadang.
各位
Apa?
Okay. Let's unmute first.
各位。
没有，他
Well,
I think Pak Dadang not directly because it's more maybe a language problems, especially go away. Will translate from Zhang Libo, yeah.
Well, okay, thank you very much, Pak Safiun and everybody. especially for because Mr. Zhang Libo also Pak Safiun introduced me that you are also a chairman of the Missionary Association, right, in China. So I think I hope we can more discuss detail regarding the problem or something discussing regarding the machinery business in Indonesia between China and Indonesia also, but not in this forum, I think. Pak Safiun, I hope we can more closely discuss with, especially with Mr. Zhang Libao later.
Okay.
会长他说也是这个中基联的副会长，这个粉先生呢也是印度尼西亚的制造业协会的会长。他说希望在未来呢，我们在制造业方面，中国和印度尼西亚也加强一些合作，在这个经贸方面，多一些来往。看看您的作为中基联的副会长。
那就介绍一下，没有要说什么吗？
要表态一下，就是作为制造业方面，我们的加强合作是。
中国，我们中国在“十四五”规划当中，加强国际、国内相互促进双循环的新的发展格局，其中很重要的一个方面，就是与我们亚洲各国铸造业要加强合作。这是一个我们也是进入了我们中国铸造行业“十四五”发展规划当中的一个重要任务。我们希望通过中国铸造协会牵头，我们亚洲，我因为在中国机械工业联合会还要接任副会长职务，在国内我要负责把我们相关上下游行业协会的资源整合互动，和我们各国的铸造业加强合作。
As the president of the manufacturing industry in China, we hope to more cooperate with Indonesia manufacturing industry together. And because Chinese government make the fourth 5 years plan recently, and because
COVID-19.
Because of COVID-19, we are difficult to face-to-face discuss this how to cooperate, but we have the new tab to online discuss how to develop together. And for new development, business development style, China not only strengthens the domestic business, and also we want to develop the international business with our Asia Foundry Association members, include the manufacturing industry in Indonesia. So we hope use this platform. We can looking for some opportunity to develop our business together. Thank you.
Okay.
我们这次9月份在中国辽宁沈阳的智博会活动，就是一个很重要的一个合作的内容。
Why we select host Asia Foundry Association meeting in Shenyang, because there is a very important manufacturing expo same time. That's we to use this opportunity to looking for some potential corporate opportunity with our Asia Foundry Association members, include manufacturing industry members.
非常渴望疫情尽快的好转。
Hope very quickly past the COVID-19 and we can meet each other. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, I think.
I want to explain to Mr. Grau.
Yes.
Because actually RCEP actually a free trade.
Yes.
Free trade. So our government, then 10 ASEAN country and 10 other countries, we have a free trade. And in this case, fortunately, Mr. Zhang Libo is also a chairman of a Belt and Road Industrial and Commercial Alliance. So maybe we need for mesin tools.
Yeah. Yes, just to we have the training about the RCEP agreement.
Yeah.
Because RCEP agreement is really good news for our whole industry. Because the free trade of the our members, not only in Asia and include Australia, New Zealand. This is almost 2.2 billion people's big market.
Yeah.
So we hope we can use this good condition, good opportunity to develop our relationship together.
Yeah, just new because at 15th of November last year already signed together. Yeah. So this is a really new one.
Yes. This is a very good policy for our industry.
Yes, I agree. So if anything is to be brought home, Miss Marina, Mr. Roman, and Mr. Thomas, you are more than welcome to set up shop in the Asian region. So if I may, I would like to conclude today's discussion, and I think the underlying theme is number one is friendship. As friends, we especially friends in the same industry, I think we all has been facing the same problems, as has been brought up, whether it's the new force, the logistics, added valueness of castings, and I think again as friends, this is something that we can hope to find solution together, especially for the industry in the region. And of course, number one, also the theme is this pandemic, this COVID-19. Hopefully, it will be over soon. And I think it's the first time in history there has been such a global movement where everybody agrees to vaccinate together. Everybody agrees to put on safety protocols, and hopefully it will be over soon, and we can all meet as how we're as in the old time we can gather, we can have dinner together, and we can talk even more and foster better relationship and friendship and cooperation in the future. With that said, I would like to thank you very much to all the delegates and also the hosts, to Mr. Safiun Pelita Promo for hosting this event. This not every day that we can meet like this together and talk. And I thank you all very much for your time and for your input. I think I myself personally have learned quite a lot of things, know a lot of things about the other countries' industry, and hopefully we can band together and make use of this RCEP to grow together. and become a big market block. All right. Before we finally end this session, I would like to ask all participants to turn on their camera. It is very customary for the Indonesians to have a photo after we are done with an event or show. See, I think Mr. Paradesh knows what I'm talking about. So Mrs. Claudinia, if you would please coordinate the photo taking, and I would pass the floor back to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pak Iwan. Okay, we are going to have a photo group session. Are we all open the video? Just a moment. Okay, on my count, 1, 2, 3.
Wait, Pak Safiun, not appear. Sorry.
Yes, we have Pak Safiun.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, we have Pak from Indonesia, Japan, Korea, Mongolia. Okay. Yes, that we have all. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
to Mr. Yes.
Yeah, bye. Bye.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
to Mr. Chang Lipo and
Pass the
all
mic.
AFA chair member.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Stay safe and stay healthy, everybody.
Yeah. Stay healthy. Yes, sir.
See you soon.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you all. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.